session on email marketing is not spamming. It's an ROI generator. Depending on your time zone, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Dipesh and I have an experience of around 6 years into digital marketing. I lead the marketing division for Digital Vidya. I'm associated with Digital Vidya for almost 4 years now, taking care of all digital marketing initiatives involving inbound marketing, affiliate marketing, marketing automation, web analytics, email marketing, and other digital strategies. I like exploring new things and new tools, and I'll be covering a lot of tools in this webinar as well. Out of all digital marketing initiatives, I like marketing automation is the most, but email marketing is an area which gives me the highest ROI, so as it gives the ROI to other marketers. So that is the reason today I have a very interesting session scheduled for all of you. As the topic says, emailing or email marketing is not spamming. It's an ROI generator. It is something we all marketers, strategists, entrepreneurs needs to understand. But before starting further, I wanted to get a sense of what type of people we have today in this session. I could see there are around 60 people in this session joining right now with me. So could you please confirm me on the chat box, like what city you are from, where are you attending this session? Like I'm attending this session I'm taking this session from my office and it's from Delhi. So just confirm me on the chat so that we have a better understanding connectivity given we are online. So I could see a lot of responses coming in. Thank you, Dinesh, from attending from office in Bangalore, and Ashwin is attending from Mysore from office. I could see people are from Delhi, Mumbai. Raj is a student and is attending from Mumbai. We have people from Dhaka, Bangladesh as well. Pooja is from Bangalore. Priya is a CDMM participant and attending it from Velo. Thank you everyone. Thank you Vikalp for confirming he is attending it from his office in Delhi. Thank you everyone for confirming. So now let me do a quick poll. Like help me understand your current understanding on email marketing so that I could customize this session as per your needs. So share with me your current understanding about the email marketing. So I'm just launching a poll in front of you. Just select the option. Are you a beginner or an intermediate or an expert into email marketing? So given your options, I would be customizing the sessions as per your needs. Okay. Okay, thank you. I have questions like people are like 50% are the people who are in the state of beginners, 45% are the people who are intermediate, and around 7 people are like who are. I have something for all of you. So if you are a beginner into the email marketing, what you can expect out of this session is you will get a framework on how to process email marketing for yourself and your organization. If you are an intermediate, I will be sharing a lot of tools for sending emails and methods to improve the email deliverability. And if you are someone who is already an expert, I would have something for you as well. I'll be sharing a lot of interesting facts and helpful content. But for everyone, I'll try my best to show you the opportunity of email marketing for the marketers. So let's come back to the presentation again. Can you guys see my screen? It's the presentation again. Cool. We have, okay, thank you for confirming. So email marketing versus others. Others could be social, display, video, paid ads, or traditional media like TV, newspaper, or radio. And let me ask you a question. How come you are attending this session today? Possibly you must have received a mail from us to register into the webinar. You received a couple of reminder mailers and you clicked on one of the mailer, and that is how you came into this webinar. Isn't it? Is that correct? Like almost everyone, like we do social promotions and all those things as well, but the majority of people we receive the participations we receive into our webinars and other areas at digital marketing, at Digital Vidya, the ROI comes majorly from email. And according to VentureBeat, which is a leading source of news on tech innovation, it says email marketing is a channel which generates highest ROI for marketers. And the reason is it is cheap, it is targeted, it is measurable. It has higher life. Higher life as in like compare it with an email with a post into the newsfeed. So you send out an email to your prospect. That email remains in his inbox for the lifetime. Comparing it with an advertisement on Facebook, which comes into the newsfeed of the subscribers for a limited period, for a day or for momentarily. So ROI is way ahead the other channels and sources. Experian, which is a global information service company, says for every $1 spent, 44.25 is the average return on email marketing investment. And this is as per the data of the last year. So for we marketers, there is a huge opportunity available in here. Let me share a couple of more facts. Like 64% of the decision makers read their email via mobile devices. And another fact says 39%, another fact says like 39% of the marketers have no strategy for mobile marketing. So isn't that conflicting that there is no focus on mobile emails by the marketers these days? 66% of consumers have made an online purchase as a result of email marketing message. And this is the data which I'm not saying. I have collected all these information online and it is freely available. You can also check this information. 89% of marketers says that email is their primary channel for lead generation, and it is said by Mailgun. So a lot of marketers are leveraging email marketing for themselves. Why don't you? Looking at these facts, I hope you're clear that it is worth enough to invest something in terms of learning how to do effective email marketing. And that I suppose that is the reason you guys are present in here in this session with me. Of course, that your targeted audience needs to be someone who opens an email. If you think your target audience doesn't have an email ID or doesn't open any email ID, you might look into a switch for other tools or other sources. But if you find your target audience is there on email, this is the source worth exploring. Now, moving forward, let's, if you still have any doubts, let me ask you one more question. Like, how many times you check your email a day? So I'm opening a poll once again for you. So please share how many times you open a mail. So almost, I see almost 80% people have voted so far, and the response which I'm getting was as per my expectation. Around 40% people check their emails who are present in this session. I have currently 91 people joined in this session, and out of that, around 43 people are someone who open their mails all the time. Around 30% people check at least 5 to 10 times, and just 1% people who check emails less than once a day. So could you see there is a huge opportunity for us here as well. The data says the same. There is a huge opportunity on email. So clearly visible for we marketers. This is not spamming. It's a source for ROI. And if someone is spamming, they're just losing this opportunity. Let me show you a case study, a mistake. With great power, it is like rightly said, with great powers comes great responsibility. Email is something once sent, you cannot call it back. One mistake I see is overhyped subject lines. Writing subject is a fine art, and a good subject line could give better open and clicks. It is okay to encourage people to click, but if they are consistently let down when they are not getting the content, it will have a long-term impact. I would rather sacrifice a few clicks to maintain integrity of my brand. Here is a case study of BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed is, you might be aware, BuzzFeed is a social news and entertainment company. I was reading an article by Dan Oshinsky. He is like a senior newsletter editor at BuzzFeed. And he said like he also did a mistake once. Anyone can game the subject line. That is the problem. He did it once with the subject line says, "Hi, you are fired." As you could see in the snapshot on the left, the lead story in the newsletter featured video of people screwing up in the job. So the subject line was not totally inappropriate, but the subject line was super aggressive. Plenty of readers opened that email thinking they are actually being fired. At that time, that was one of the most open BuzzFeed newsletter ever. But the relationship between the marketers and the senders is built on trust. When you send out emails like, "Hi, you are fired," you can lose the trust pretty quickly. Since that email, his team has consider you have a subscriber base of around 10,000 people and you send out emails to them. And 10% is considered to be the average open rate into the industry. So email opens would be like something equal to 1,000 emails. Out of that, consider like there is 10% click-through rate. So around 100 people are actually clicking on your emails. And when 100 people are clicking your email, there would be a drop like people unintentionally click on your email, or people click on your email and the same very moment they close the tab, so you have a drop out there as well. So consider like 80 people land onto your or reach onto your website or the landing page. Out of these 80 people, there is a chance like if your page conversion is 10%, so 10 people would 8 people, I'm sorry, would take some action on your page. Action could be like filling up a form, registering for a webinar, or purchasing a product, or it could be as per what you have call to action on your email and on the page. This is a generic scenario, and I have considered parameters as per the industry averages. Now, if you could scale the open rate from 10% to 15%, and email open rate is a function of its deliverability in the inbox against spam box as well as its subject line. If your email is reaching your prospect in the inbox and it's marked as important with the subject in the subject line, which and the subject line appeals the recipient to explore and open it, it would likely to have higher open rate. Higher number of people would open your email, like same 10% click through gives you 150 clicks, and hence again there would be a drop of the same percentage of around 20%. So around 120 people would be landing on your landing page, and keeping the same page conversion, you could expect 12 people taking the action. 12 people can purchase your product, and you have that opportunity by not increasing your subscriber base but working around your open rate. Now, this is not it. So finally, if you could work out on the open rate as well as the click rate. So here is a campaign 3 scenario. If you could work out on the open rate from 10% to 15%, so 1000 instead of from 10,000 people, 1500 people are actually opening your email, and you could work around on click-through rate as well, which is like 10%. Instead of 10% of your opens, it is consider 15% of your opens. You could expect 200 clicks from the same database of 10,000 people. Against the same drop, around 160 people would land on your email, and you could expect 16% conversion, like 16 people could actually purchase your product. So we see simply by working onto your click-through rate and your open rate, you can just double your ROI. Compare the campaign number 1 and campaign number 3. Your ROI earlier, only 8 people were purchasing your product. You have an opportunity of making that, just doubling it and making it to 16. So with that, I hope everyone is clear. Like things are not that difficult. And even in this session, I'm not going to cover too much technical things or too much advanced things. Given we have 1 hour, I wanted to keep it more informative, and in a way, like you get an opening that email marketing is a huge opportunity for you, and you can start learning things and improving things on your own. So here's the agenda for the next 30 minutes, which we will be having together. So I'll be giving you an overview on the sending. How can you improve the sending with the help of deliverability? And finally, the tips of email marketing. At last, I'll be sharing with you a brief about our digital marketing and email marketing certification course. And finally, we'll take the Q&A. So I still see a lot of questions coming in. So please keep posting your questions in the questions box in right. I'll be taking all the questions in the last. Okay, so let's start with the first thing, which is sending. So for sending emails, you need a tool. You cannot do a mass mailing from your Gmail ID or from your Yahoo. They have a daily limit of around 250 emails. When you have thousands or millions of subscribers, you need a good tool for sending out emails. And just before leading this webinar, I saw one of the question on email as well. That guy was asking like, is it better to go for some outsourced tools or create a tool in-house? So I would recommend, unless you are somebody who is like high security company, you are working on government projects or for a bank where security is a big concern, I would recommend to go for the tools available in the market. Even companies like Uber, LinkedIn, all these companies as well have their email marketing set up with SendGrid, Amazon, all these companies. So it is better. And the reason I would be just sharing with you in a while. There are a lot of tools available in the market today. And the overall infrastructure of emailing system of any tool has two parts. One is the front end, which we see where we manage our list, subscribers, where we create HTML or text, email campaigns, see reporting, etc. And there is a backend, which is a server which works on sending the right email to the right person. It involves domain reputation, your server IP reputation, and your all the reputation thing majorly. Now services like MailChimp, Aweber, etc. have the front end and the back end combined, and they charge monthly on subscriber basis. They offer very cool features like automailers, sample email templates, good reporting structures, integration with the CRMs and other devices. You can store your complete email database of subscriber with these accounts, and I would recommend this option if you are just starting your email marketing. It is quick. You can set up it in less than a day, and it is very easy. So this is about MailChimp and Aweber. Another type of email sending tools are like SendGrid. Oh, I'm sorry. Another tool is like StreamSend. You just upload your email CSVs and name CSVs, create HTML campaigns, and send out mailers. They charge you on the basis of email credits. Let's suppose you buy 1 lakh credits, and they would charge you X amount for those 1 lakh credits. So this is like super easy. You have email database, just upload your database and send out emailers. If you wanted to keep the front end and the list management backend systems separately, you can go ahead with that as well. You can register for SMTP services like SendGrid, Amazon SES, Mailgun, etc., and explore front-end softwares like Sendy, Octeth, MailPoet, etc. For SMTP and for subscriber-based emailing tools, they all come with free trials. So out of front-end tools, only the MailPoet is a tool which comes with a free trial. So if you are just initiating your email marketing, you can go ahead with any of these tools free of cost. If you wanted some advanced level of behavioral targeting, like you wanted to trigger automailers as per the user's behavior on your website or on your application, web app or mobile app, you should definitely explore customer.io. For example, we offer digital marketing trainings, and let's suppose somebody visits the course page and click on download the curriculum, and he doesn't enroll into the program. So automatically after 7 days, he receives a mail. Hey Dipesh, you recently visited our website, looked into email marketing course, but you didn't enroll so far. Is there something we can help you with? Shall we arrange a call back for you with one of our training consultant? Isn't that cool? Such auto mailers. You just need to set all these mailers once and they are going on and on. You need not to involve any human intervention, and you could see just the dollars coming once all these such auto mailers are set up. Then comes another tool named Litmus. This is an email content reviewing tool. You could test your email for different browsers, different operating systems, different devices. It also reviews your mail content for spammy keywords. So at times, like, you unintentionally add keywords like free something, offers, and all those things. So these keywords are considered to be spammy keywords. Gmail or Yahoo algorithms are so wise, like they right away put your email and send it to the spam box. And this is how the Litmus tool help you do that. Now, enough of the sending tools. Let me show you an email capturing tool, and let me show it to you on my website. In fact, let me open my website digitalvidya.com in the incognito window. Or in fact, let's search digital marketing on Google. Someone who is interested in doing a digital marketing course might be searching on Google and looking for a digital marketing course, and he could see the Digital Vidya post just on the top. It is an paid advertisement. Also in the organic results, its Digital Vidya course is there. So he clicks on the link and he reaches our website. He could explore the digital marketing program offered by Digital Vidya. But by chance, if he is not looking for that right now, he is just going away. And could you see, the moment I moved my mouse away from the browser near to the close window, I see a pop-up window. This pop-up window says webinar on digital marketing for business and career growth. And this webinar is scheduled for 18th, which is just tomorrow. And possibly I may register for this webinar. Earlier, I was just going to close this tab, but I find this webinar interesting and it is scheduled for tomorrow, which is a Saturday. I could definitely go ahead and register for that. And you won't believe, like, this, that by the time I have implemented this thing on my website, my page conversion has increased from 2 to 3% above, more and above than what my page conversion was there previously. I've started capturing the people who were anyhow going to be lost, and tools like Opt-in Monster help you do that. There are a lot of other email such tools as well, like Bounce Exchange is one of the two, Opt-in Monster is one of the two. So you can definitely explore such tools to increase your subscriber base, because subscribers, the more subscribers you have, it is a big asset for you. Now, let's talk about features of the tools. I've talked about different tools and shared with you a brief about features as well. So a few of the basic features are autoresponders. You could trigger autoresponders as per the person's activity, behavior, date of subscription, date of email, any attribute you could capture. You can push emails as per those attributes. Like, you must have received emails for this webinar. You may have registered today or a couple of days back, but you received reminder mailers 1 hour before the webinar, 3 hours before the webinar, 1 day before the webinar, and those are like personalized auto mailers. You must have seen your name entered into those mails. So nobody was there manually creating those emails for you. It was all automated with 0% human intervention. Another is personalization. So let me show its example as well to you. So many of you must have experienced at times your name into the subject line. So let me show you as well. So I've searched. Could you see there is a mail from Naukri who is sending me using my name into the subject line. There is another mail from Cash Karo. They are saying, hi Dipesh, your cashback has been confirmed. There is another mail from GoIBibo. So these mails are having higher open rate and click-through rate comparing to normal generic mails, and this is something people are doing. I'm not saying always do personalization, but small intervention or small integration of personalization with the name into the subject line or into the mail body could help you a lot. Let's move back to our presentation. Another option is like analytics. Analytics give you the complete report of your open rate, click-through rate, unsubscriptions, complaints. So all these tools which I have just talked about gives you their own analytics. And its example, if you wanted to see, let me show you my own Sendgrid account. We use Sendgrid for sending out emailers. So this is the account of our Sendgrid. You could see there are like, this is the number of emails we send. This was the deliverability. This is the average open rate of our emails. So if you will compare it to the industry email open rates, it is hardly 10%. But you could clearly see here we are managed to gain an open rate of around 25%. And this is like clearly out of the emails we send here at Digital Vidya. So you, just after this session, I would ask you, you look into what is your open rate and compare it with my open rate. If you are not someone who is getting 25% open rate, not getting such a click-through rate, there is a high opportunity available for you to optimize your emails and hence the ROI of the organization. Then comes a very important feature of A/B testing. Many of you may know A/B testing campaigns allow you to test different versions of the same campaign to see how simple changes can have big impact on your results. Choose what you want to test, like the subject line or the content, and compare results to find out what works and what doesn't. So here are the few features about these tools. There are a lot of other features when you would be exploring all these tools, but these are the few basic and necessary features which you need to know while choosing a right tool for yourself. Then comes the deliverability. As you could see in this report of Kaspersky Lab, 50 to 60% of your emails over internet goes to spam box, and so as your emails too. Even at Digital Vidya here, my emails also goes to spam. But deliverability is a function of server, your IP, your content. If you have spammy words in your key email, it may go to spam. Your past email performance plays a critical role. You send your email majorly on Gmail and Yahoo. Gmail can read all your email. It knows the domain and email ID you are sending from. If it sees your emails to go regularly in the inbox and people are not actually opening your emails, it would automatically trigger that possibly this email is unnecessary for that recipient. And later in a long run, it would start pushing your emails into the spam box. So it is very critical to keep your deliverability up to date, and that is done with the help of keeping an eye on the data, on the analytics, like what is your email open rate, who all are opening your email, keeping away all your unsubscriptions. And so it is very important to keep a track. Good service providers like MailChimp, Aweber, SendGrid, etc. keep a track to a level. But as an email marketer, it is your responsibility to keep a track on your email ID, keep your IP safe and away from the spam filters. And let's check your deliverability. So there are a lot of tools available for checking the email deliverability. One of the tool is Amex Toolbox. Couple of other tools I have also mentioned in here. So let me show you real time how these tools look like. So Amex Toolbox is one of the tool which is for DNS lookup, blacklist check, SMTP diagnosis, and all those purposes. So you just need to write down your email domain address. So let me check for Digital Vidya. So when I clicked on the domain lookup, I could see it is showing me the IP from which I am sending my emails. Actually, it is the IP of the SendGrid account which I am using. So I can click on the blacklist check. It will give me a report like is my domain address or my IP is safe or it is blacklisted. So you could see all are green. That means like my domain is so far clean. My primary domain, which is digitalvidya.com, is considered to be clean. You can check out your domain as well in here at Amex Toolbox. Another tool is Senderscope, and it is one of my favorite tool out of others for reputation checking. Let me show it to you. I have it opened in here. So Senderscore, you can open senderscore.org. This is the domain address. Just scroll down and you could see LinkedIn login. Let me log in via LinkedIn. It's taking a time bit. Okay, I'm logged in. So I can just search with the domain name digitalvidya.com, fill up the captcha and view report. It will show you the MX record, which is marked green, SPF record, which is marked green. So if you could see for your domain, it is not marked green. If it's like red, then you need to make sure at least your MX record and SPF records are something set properly. This is something very necessary for the domain reputation. Another thing which it shows is it shows you what date, what emails went from this domain. So it shows like webinar elements of of digital marketing to grow your business. This was the email sent by our domain on the date of 8th of July, 8th of June of this month. Also, there was an earlier mail on this date. So right now, this is just a trial account. I've just logged in with my LinkedIn ID. You can go ahead if you are someone who sends out mails in very high volume, in millions or even more than that. You can go ahead with a purchase version of Return Path Sender Score account as well. You could have an insight on what all the domains, what all the IPs are used for sending out your mailers. So I just scroll down in here. There is a related domain, sending domain. I click on this and it would show me my domain's reputation in terms of a score. Let me show it to you. Okay, let me fill up the capture once again. Okay, all right. So you could see there are different IPs, and against that there are different scores. Score above 70 is considered to be very good. So I could see just one of my IP is having low score of 67. Other than that, all my scores are good. I have score of 98, 99, 70. So these are the 8 IPs which I Sended is using for sending out my mails, and all are clean. If it is like less than 50, it is an alarm. It is an alarm for you to change your IP and ask your IP service provider or email service provider to change your IP. And as an email marketer, you need not to go too much into details of what these IPs are. You just need to contact your service provider and ask them to change your IP. And you could see its results into your open rate. The moment you will change your IP, your email open rate would just jump from whatever percentage you are getting at that point of time. Another example of tools are like Litmus. I have already shared with you. Litmus is a tool for reviewing your content, and there are a few reputation authorities online. So there are many authorities online which keeps a record of all the domains found doing any spammy activities. And out of that, Barracuda Central and WatchGuard are two of the very famous out of them. So if your email ID is something listed on these websites, it is a clear mark like you have some spammy activity has been done by that specific domain address or email ID, and you need to work around getting it either unlisted or go ahead and purchase a different domain for sending out emailers. So after deliverability, let's talk about segmentation. One size doesn't fit all. That means One communication doesn't appeal for all subscribers. Segmentation on email gives a huge difference in the returns you could expect and what all attributes data you could have for your audience. Design the email communication accordingly. Your contacts are at different stages, different points in their sales cycles. Take example of Digital Vidya. Like here at Digital Vidya, we consider three stages as what, why, and how. The first stage, what, means like someone is just visiting the website, knows a brief about Digital Vidya. That segment people are the right, for that segment people, the right communication is like giving them some relevant content about digital marketing, what digital marketing actually is. We send out video recordings, send out webinar invites, send them digital marketing guides, etc. Once that segment is pushed or those people know what digital marketing is, they may have an inquiry. Why does digital marketing is actually needed? Someone who knows digital marketing, the right communication for that people needs to be creating an opportunity why he needs to learn digital marketing. Why is it needed for his career or for his business growth in today's time? Sharing case studies of business is something we can do at for these stage people. And finally, the people who knows like why digital marketing is needed, asking them or they themselves ask how can they learn digital marketing. So finally, someone who is clear why digital marketing is needed, they are the right people for the sales conversation, sending them communication like what industry experts say about Digital Vidya, how Digital Vidya alumni say about Digital Vidya, sending them the complete course curriculum. So sending these separate email communications to the separate stages of the people could have the better ROI comparing to just broadcast one specific mail to all of them. And as shown in this infographic as well, so broadcast emails usually have 3% conversions comparing with the segmented emails, which has like 8% conversions. And so as you also need to look into for your subscribers, for your organization, your company, what are the different three stages are. You need to look into the what communication is going to them right now, and you need to alter those communications so that you reach the right audience at the right time. A few more tips for you. There are a lot of tips which I could share with you, but I wanted to keep this session more of interactive, and I would be taking a lot of questions as well just after that. So giving you a few tips lastly, like use different domains for transactional and promotional emails. So transactional emails are something like somebody purchasing a product from your website. So that email goes to him and it should reach to his inbox because someone has just paid something for you. Comparing it to any promotional activity, like you send out a promotional mail of some offers or some discounts. So I would recommend you to use different email IDs for that, for both different purposes. For example, here at Digital Vidya, we primarily for transactional purposes, we use digitalvidya.com or digitalvidya.org as the email address. But for different, for some promotional activities, we may use dvmails or digitalvidyamails.com, and separate email IDs used to have separate reputation. So if your email with the subject with the domain address digitalvidya.com is going on spam box, it won't have any impact on the reputation of digitalvidya.com.org domain. So .com and .org are totally separate domains and they used to have totally separate reputations. Another interesting factor is like as I shared earlier, these days people are not caring about mobile, and as we did a poll as well in here, around 40 to 50 people check their mails all the time, and possibly they used to check it on their inbox in the mobile app. That is the reason they have been managed to check their emails all the time. So you need to make sure your email is responsive enough for the mobile and mobile friendly enough for the subscribers. You can use a bit of personalization, but too much is not good. You can test on new email IDs. So at times what happens, like you must have experienced your emails reaching your inbox all the time, but you're not sure whether it's reaching to your subscribers in the inbox or not. So I would recommend you to timely do quick test, like send on some friend's Gmail ID and test whether it has reached on his Gmail ID in inbox or not, or into the promotional tab or into the spam box. Because Gmail is very wise, its algorithm is very difficult to crack. So making sure like your emails reaching into the inbox marked as important, you need to work around, do a lot of testing. I talked about A/B testing as well. So it is very recommended to scale your open rates and click-through rates. Take care of unsubscriptions. It is very important. If you are taking care of your unsubscription, sending no mails to the unsubscribed data, people won't mark your emails spam. And there is an interesting fact, like if your marking spam rate is above 0.5%, so if you are sending a mail to 1,000 people, if around 10 people are marking your email as spam, then there could be a trouble for you. So keep an eye on the mark spam and the unsubscriptions and remove them immediately from your database. So here's something what industry says about digital Vidya. So far we have covered a lot about our about email marketing. So I wanted to open a brief about digital Vidya. So here I complete a deck onto the email marketing. If you're someone who is serious about learning email marketing or the complete digital marketing, I would highly recommend you to go with our master's program at Digital Vidya. These are the most comprehensive programs with such in-depth curriculum help you leverage email marketing or digital marketing for yourself. We offer our flagship program, Certified Digital Marketing Masters, in partnership with vSkills, which is a Government of India initiative. It is a 6-month long program. You have an option to complete it into 3 months as well. After completing this program, I assure you, you would be an expert into different areas of digital marketing. And this investment in your learning would start giving you results the moment you register for the program. So now I'm opening a poll in front of you. Before starting the Q&A section, I just wanted to have a quick poll on your interest, whether you're interested in learning digital marketing or email marketing. I'm just opening a poll in front of you, and after that we'll move to the Q&A section. So if you're interested or not interested, just fill up in the poll. We have batches on weekdays, we have batches on weekends. I could see around 47% have already voted. I'll give you a few more minutes to just do a quick voting, and by that time let me check the Q&A section for your questions. Okay. Okay, so I could see almost 65% have already voted and people are still voting. So give you just a couple of more minutes to just complete it, and then we'll go ahead with the Q&A section. In fact, let me start taking the questions one by one. So Tej Pratap is having a question, how to improve email deliverability. So Tej Pratap, as I have already covered into the session, there are various factors for improving your email address. You could differentiate between your transactional emails and promotional emails, as I shared in the tips. You could use different service provider, do a lot of A/B testing. What is something I would recommend? Try out different email IDs, try different email content. Different communication could help you compare between different campaigns, and so that you choose the best campaign and do an optimization about that. There is a question. Uh, Okay, Ashish just asked me what is my age. So my age is 24 years right now. I started my career since my college days. I started as an entrepreneur. I started my company name in editings.in, and that was around video services and video marketing. And since the college third year of my engineering, I started working. Okay. Here I close the poll as well and take you to the last slide. And simultaneously, you guys can post your questions into the questions tab, and I'll be taking that questions one by one. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm just sorting out the questions from the questions tab. Okay, I could see a lot of people are already participants of our programs. That's really good. Okay. Okay, Bhavna is having a question. What if the email is just for brand awareness? How to calculate success of that campaign? So Bhavna, even for brand awareness emails, you must be having some credibility elements in your emails. Even the open rate of your email, your click-through rate could say something about that. And you could look into one parameter, which is like forwards. If someone is forwarding your emails to someone, it could be one of the reason, like that person really liked something valuable about your mail, and that is the reason he is forwarding it to his friends and colleagues. So that is a parameter which you can look into. And even here at Digital Vidya, we take care of that parameter. We look into how many forwards of our newsletters happen. So for this webinar as well, interestingly, I got a response from one of my friends saying like, you are leading this webinar, and that was my college friend, and he got that newsletter recommended by his manager or his friend. So this is a parameter which you can look into. Anjan Kumar is having a question. How much digital marketing help to increase B2B businesses? So for B2B businesses, digital marketing could help you a lot. Depending on you need to look into where is your right audiences. If your audience is there on the digital platform, you can just target them onto the online platform. There are a lot of companies already doing that, and you could also leverage that. Just a second. Okay, I see a lot of queries like my voice is breaking. Hello? If you guys could confirm me my audio is clear. Okay, thank you, thank you. Yes, right. So let me again go to the questions. Just a second. This questions panel is troubling me a lot. Just bear with me for a moment. I could see Ayush's question, what is SMTP exactly? So Ayush, SMTP is sending mail protocol, which is actually the server from which emails are sent out. So as I shared in my slide as well, you can even explore it online. Just simply search for SMTP, you will find a lot of tools as well. This is actually the service providers thing which they use to send out emailers. Okay. Sir, what is SendGrid? SendGrid is a tools provider, is a service provider for emailing. I could see a question. Is there any tool to check whether email is going to spam or not? Bhavna is having this question. Is there any tool for checking whether email is going to spam or not? So Bhavna, I shared a couple of tools for that, and there is no right tool which would give you 100% result, like this mail is going to spam box, this mail is going to inbox, and it works totally in terms of Google's algorithm. You may receive an email from a service provider in your inbox, but your friend may receive it in his junk box. So it's for him, as per an email marketer, you need to look into doing a lot of testing across what email is going to which email ID into the spam box and into the inbox. How to identify spammy words that is impacting your mail deliverability? Tej Pratap, your question is very good. Like how to identify spammy words in from your email. You could do a quick Google search. You will find a lot of articles, like a list of all the spammy keywords. And you could even test for Litmus. Although I'm not sure about their pricing, I believe Litmus is a very paid, very high costing tool. Although they have a free trial as well. You can use Litmus, and there must be a lot of other tools as well. SSL is marked right. So Anu, I got your question. SSL is something like for security purpose. There is no much integration of SSL certificate in terms of email deliverability. For Digital Vidya, as you could see, I have around 25% open rates for my emails, which is going fine. The primary two things which are necessary for verification is, one is Amex record, which takes care of receiving of mail. It is like mail sending or mail receiving protocols. So if you have that thing registered with your IP or service provider, that is fine. Another thing is SPF record, which is SPF record helps you to white label your domain. So at many of times you must have received, or in fact, let me show it to you right in the inbox. Many of times you receive an email, a promotional email, and let's see, this is SpiceJet email, and here this mail is mailed by and signed by SpiceJet. That means they have whitelisted their domain, and their SPF and DKIM records are verified. But at times you see SendGrid or Mandrel or something written out there. Let me show. See, look in here. There is a HubSpot. This mail is also coming from a company, but this is mailed by some different tool. So their SPF and DKIM is not verified. So as some other example, you could see Times Job, if they have, yes, they have also verified their SPF. So companies are doing good in terms of verifying the SPF and DKIM. So if you find anything in terms of domain different than the signing domain, you could see LinkedIn as well has their verified sign name, but at times this domain is different. That means their SPF is not verified, and this impacts your email deliverability. Okay, let's take questions again. Okay, I have a question from Edwin. He says, like, how to decrease bounce rate and increase open rate. So Edwin, as I covered many things into this webinar, how to decrease bounce rate is like keeping your email addresses or email list clean is something very important. If you have success in doing that, your bounce rate would be automatically reduced. And the service providers like SendGrid or these service providers keep a track for bounce rates. So they see if in past any email ID was bounced back, they won't try sending emails to that specific email ID again in the future. Ashwin is having a question. What are different domains for transactional and promotional emails? So I put in this thing, like this tip of different domains for transactional and promotional, as I shared as earlier as well. Transactional are basically for the emails which have to go to the user. There is no chance in that email address going to the spam box. Example is somebody purchasing a product. Let's suppose you purchase a product from Snapdeal and you're expecting your invoice to come on your inbox, but you see it's not happening. You could check on your junk box, it is there. So that is the case. Like, this is a transactional mail needs to come on your inbox, and it used to have a separate sending domain. Comparing it to any promotional email, like you must have received any mail from Snapdeal or Flipkart, a lot of promotional activities, they should keep those two activities which are different using different email IDs or domains. Okay, any free tool other than MaxProg for to verify bulk emails? So to verifying bulk emails, there is a tool called Mail Tester. I use it many of the times. They don't have it for, I believe, mailtester.com or .org. I'm not sure. This mailtester.com/testmail. So this is the tool which I use a lot of times for checking my emails whether the email ID is correct or not. I'm a beginner in email marketing. Mukul is saying I'm a beginner in email marketing. What are the different tools I can use for tracking my emails? So Mukul, as I shared, you could try out Aweber or MailChimp. They are really cool, and within a day or so, you could just initiate your email marketing. Okay, Anu is having a question. We have recently changed our brand name. Should we change details of our old MailChimp account or create new MailChimp account? Which authentication is better for MailChimp, default or custom? I have, okay, so Anu is having multiple questions. So let me take these questions one by one. So if you have changed your brand name, I would recommend you to just enter. You can use the same old MailChimp account. There's no need for going for a new MailChimp account, because if you will go for a new MailChimp account, you will lose out all your previous data. So just stick with the same account. Just add one more email address or verify one more email address in your account. Make it like custom would be something recommended. White label your domain, whatever mails you are sending. So many of times you must have seen like MailChimp mails are going, and in the inbox it has written like it has come via MailChimp. uh, Let me see any example. Somewhere here you must have seen via something. So those are something you need to take care. If you will white label your domain, you won't find that thing in here. And like the example of this mail, so we use sendgrid and we have white labeled our domain. There is no via thing written in here, and that is the case of customization using MailChimp or any service provider. Our second question is, I have extracted few email address. How can I get full name and these email IDs for personalization? So good question, Anu. So for personalization, there are merge tags available into the tools. Merge tags, if you search about MailChimp merge tags, you can just do a quick search on Google, read about what MailChimp merge tags is. Merge tags helps you do personalization. How can we segment extracted email addresses? So Anu, what I would recommend is, if you have extracted email address, this is not your opt-in email ID, I would recommend you not to use that from the same account. You may use some different service provider or something like that, because this would impact your reputation of your account. If you send mails which are extracted or taken from somewhere else or something purchased data, it is one thing is it is not recommended as a email practices, good email practices, and it would totally spoil your open rates and subscriptions and everything. Okay, let me take a few more questions. Which ESP is good for national and global reach? So ESPs, like what all ESPs I have covered, a few of the global top ESPs. If you are looking for some Indian service providers, you may go ahead with Octane, or you may go ahead with Netco. The better thing in these two service providers is like they are Indian. You can call them, you can talk to their support in Hindi, and ask them. You may request them to come onto your place for doing the corrections if you are giving good business to them. Other than that, if you are using global service providers like SendGrid or MailChimp or these like Mailgun, etc., they are very good in terms of delivery and support. Okay, I have a question from Abu. He's saying, once I tested my own sent email where the receiver got the question mark in red color. I once clicked on the question mark. I received authenticated email. Gmail couldn't verify domain. Actually sent the message and not spammer. What is that? Okay, got your question, Abu. And let me share it for the interest of others as well. So you guys must have experienced something like this, which is a recent change in algorithm of Google. Let me show it to you. Something like this. You could have experienced in your Gmail inbox. This red color marked has recently come in. This is coming and this is coming in for the unauthorized email IDs. So this mail which I got from Digital Vidya was not actually from Digital Vidya. It was from GoToWebinar, and that is like GoToWebinar is sending an email on behalf of Digital Vidya. So that is why it has marked red. Otherwise, if you will compare it with any other Digital Vidya mails like this one, or let me show you any promotional email. Mm, okay, just a second. Let me show you any promotional email of Digital Vidya. You won't see that red mark. So this happens in the case when your email address is sent by someone else. So you could see here there is no red mark, and it was sent by directly by Digital Vidya. That was the reason there is no red mark in here. And add them into the account. I believe everyone can hear me properly. I just experienced something at my end. Okay, okay. Yes, you can hear me. Right, right. Thank you for confirming. Right, so I was just talking about the SendGrid versus Sendy. Sendy is a very cheap tool. You can purchase it like in $50 or $60 or something, and it integrates only with the Amazon SES SMTP. You can integrate with Amazon SES, which is again a very cheap tool, and you can start sending your emails, do a list management into the Sendy account. But when it comes to Interspire allows you or gives you the files. You can host it on your own server. For example, I have a website named digitalvidya.com. I can host the things on my website and host the complete tool at my end. All the list management, my subscribers, everything would be taken care by the Interspire account into my Interspire account. It won't be shared with anyone else. So that is the difference between a Sendy and a Interspire tool. And guys, we are recording this session, and I would be sharing with you the presentation as well. If you guys wanted to go again with anything, you can go in the future as well. Possibly by Monday, you will receive the recording. Okay, let me check a few more questions. How email signature will impact on marketing? So Vrishali, good question. Like how email signature will impact. In fact, I would suggest like more important than email signature is the from name. So you guys must be receiving a lot of emails. If you have noticed the from email ID or from name it is coming from, let's suppose this mail is coming from Naukri, this mail is coming from Digital Vidya, this mail is coming from AmJobs. So all these mails, like from them, from name plays a very critical role in terms of the open rate, so as the subject line. So if you can work around changing the from name, doing a personalization, it could work. And sharing with you another interesting fact, we experienced like the emails which are going with the name from name Digital Vidya used to have an average open rate of around 20%, and by the time we integrated a couple of more bulk mails personalized with the name of Pradeep Chopra or from Dipesh Sharma, we experienced a jump into the open rate. So that becomes more personalized using a name of a person, and it increases the open rate. I purchased a premium WordPress theme. How can I link my bank account to a WooCommerce plugin? So, Mr. K. Reddy, I believe this question something more of a WordPress, and we can take that question offline, or I'll connect you with a person who can support you with this query of WordPress. Let's take a couple of more questions. Sunil is having a question: is email marketing a branding channel? Sunil, it is a branding channel. It could be a lead generation channel. It could be a channel for taking care of your ROI. It could be a channel of retargeting your previous clients or prospects. It could be a channel for increasing your lifetime value of your customers. Do a upsell, do a sale again. So as per your requirements, you need to look into how come you wanted email marketing to be used in your businesses. So Kaushik is having a question: what is my take on to Marketo? Marketo is a super awesome tool in terms of marketing automation, and if you can afford tools like Marketo, definitely go ahead with such tools. Okay, I could see a few more questions. I have Right, so that's majorly it. My email ID, okay, so my email ID is dipesh@digitalvidya. Guys, if you have any other further queries, you can write the queries to me on my email ID. I would love to answer your queries. Okay, let me see a few more questions. How do I justify why I choose digital marketing after MTech? So Aryan, I got your question, like why you chose digital marketing after MTech. I myself am an engineer, BTech, and I have chosen digital marketing after that. And I so as like co-founders at Digital Vidya and many other organizations, digital marketing is something at boom. So this is something like we can take offline. Why you can just how can you justify that? There's no doubt in doing that. Whether retargeting will increase in open rate with different sender name. Danish is having a question whether retargeting will increase in open rate with different senders name. So Danish, what I would recommend you is try out, do A/B testing around that. Just do it yourself. Try out whatever mailing you are doing. Let's suppose doing it with the name of your company. Try out doing a mail with the name of your company CEO or something credible enough to send out emailers from your organization, and see how is it impacting. For us, it definitely gave us a jump of around 5%, and for you, your businesses, it may be different, but it would for sure give you something, some insightful results. Okay, Pranay is having question: any free tool for marketing email automations? So Pranay, if you will talk about free tools in email automation, I would recommend Aweber is the best for email automation. But Aweber comes free for just for 30 days. After that, it is a paid tool. But I assure you, like if you are into the serious business, if you will try out Aweber and you have done the automation, leverage its features fully, you would be like love to use it regularly. Okay, Saurabh is having a question. Can we import LinkedIn contact email IDs to Gmail? So Saurabh must be having this question on the context of increasing the subscriber base. So to start your email marketing, I could say yes, you can do that because these are your contact email IDs. You can send out communications to them. You can definitely go ahead and export that and initiate it. Okay. If our email delivered in spam, are there any chances of bringing it to back inbox in retargeting? Okay, so Danish is having again an interesting question. Like if your email is going to spam box, are there any chances of bringing it back to your via into the inbox? So there is a way of doing that, but you need to look into why your mail are going to spam box. You need to work around the reason or the source of the reason, like why it is going to spam box, and accordingly work onto that specific area. I shared with you a lot of tools like Sender Score, MX Toolbox. You look into the Barracuda central list whether your domain is registered with Barracuda or not, or someone if your spam rate is too high or too low. So look into all those parameters. You will get an understanding where your emails, what is the reason of your email going to the spam box, and take appropriate actions accordingly. Okay. Okay, so I could see a question like he wanted a recap on the deliverability section. You can go ahead with the recording. I'll most probably sending you the recording by Monday, and the time is 4:10. I could still see a lot of questions coming in, but guys, like I have to catch a train at 5 o'clock, so I'll need to leave at most 4:30. So I'll take a last few questions. SSL bring red in sender score. What does it mean? How does it impact? So as I shared, Pranay, SSL is not too much for the email purpose. SSL is used for a separate purpose, and it is for security point of view. So even I am not aware much about what are the SSL certificates, but as per my knowledge, it's not helpful in terms of it's not impacting your email deliverability for sure. So you need not to worry about that. Need to know 2 points after past record in. Okay, so Laksha is having a question. He need to know the point, the past record. So there I covered a point. Let me show it to you guys once again. Hmm, just a second. So I covered a point like your past history, past record creates a reputation for you. So for a long run, let's suppose you're sending a lot of emails and a very few people are opening your emails. This creates a reputation for you in terms of the service providers, and Gmail also understand like this is the type of user this specific email ID is. So if your mails are continuously getting into the spam box, so people or continuously if your mails are not getting opened, so this will create a reputation or an impression into the eyes of Google, into the eyes of Gmail, into the eyes of Yahoo. And that is how the algorithm works. Like if your consistently email open rate is less, so this would create an impression that your emails are irrelevant for the people. Also, if you're sending, let's suppose 5,000, 6,000 emails in a month or so, and all of a sudden you start sending 5 lakh, 10 lakh emails, this past record would also impact you. So as per Google or Gmail, it knows like you have a subscriber base of around 5,000, 6,000. So it could jump to like 10,000, 15,000, but not in a day like 10 lakh or 20 lakh. So this volume through which you are sending emailers, that also comes under the past record. And these all small things we cover into our program into email marketing, and that was the reason I shared with you a brief about email marketing course as well. So because I even before choosing this webinar, choosing the topics, I was aware like taking a lot of things on email marketing. The email marketing is like an ocean on its own. I have an experience of around 4 years into email marketing, and still like I find at times situations I find my emails going having all of a sudden less open rate, and it becomes difficult to understand what is the reason. So as an email marketing, you need to look into deep analysis like what is the reason why your emails are behaving like that, and you can definitely leverage across that. So here I close the session. I hope this session was helpful for all of you. I would love to see more of you guys into more of our sessions. I wanted to give you guys one more opportunity. We are having one more session tomorrow, and the session would be led by Pradeep Chopra, as I shared on this page as well. This session would be led by either Pradeep Chopra or Kapil Nakra, who are the co-founders of the organization. And you guys can attend this session. You just need to write down digitalvidya.com/DMO. Visit this page and register for the session if you are available tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Here I close the deck. Thank you very much for your time. I hope this was helpful for you, all of you. Stay connected. Take care. Bye bye.